41 days, Channa.
Yeah.
Okay, yay! Looks like we're
Yay,
live.
we are live. I like it how every live starts like that. Yay, we are live.
Just a confirmation to ourselves that we are on.
That we are on. Yes,
Hi, you
absolutely.
guys. No, I'm not too sure if I can see the comments, but if you can, welcome, guys. If you, we're sorry, we may not be able to see the comments as yet, but here we are. Here's Channa, and this is Samantha. We thought we'll just have a casual conversation on gratitude of all. So, welcome
Just a
and
spoonful of gratitude, though.
just a spoonful of
Not too
gratitude.
much, just a little
That's it.
spoonful.
Not a
Yeah.
Nile River, but just a spoonful. So,
Yeah.
Channa, it's so funny we started talking about this amazing space of gratitude in our business done different class, and pretty much how this conversation is also transpiring. I'm so grateful for it that it showed up that way. Is gratitude is so underrated, or I've seen it's so spoken about. We feel that we know what gratitude is, but what do you have to share about gratitude, Channa?
I liked what you said. It's so underrated, yet
Yeah,
it's so overrated
yeah.
because overrated from the space of so many expectations,
Hmm.
and underrated from so many decisions of what it should show up as. Instead of allowing the energy of gratitude to be the undefined way it is, we attach the expectations and the reasons and justifications to have gratitude. It's like you have to have something right to have gratitude for it. Or, okay,
Oh,
yeah,
let's talk about right and wrong
yeah,
gratitude.
right. Gratitude comes from a lot of right and wrong in this reality. But that's not gratitude. That is validation with a thank you. That's a different energy. That's like, oh yeah, I got it right, and I am thankful to you, and I'm so grateful to you because you did this right. So it's always got the because, and it's that because is a justification. So if there is no because to your gratitude, you look at it and you're like, but why? Like, I got to have a reason to be grateful. So I'm
Wow.
grateful to you because you've been kind. I'm grateful to you for being this in my life, and that comes from a space of what they did in that momentary rightness, or that momentary what you decided as kindness, instead of just being grateful for
That is a
them in
very
your life.
interesting share,
Yeah.
Channa. I guess it's more than interesting, it's so powerful. If you have to really let go of reason and justification, which is the because most often we are so drawn to be in gratitude, or it's so much ease for us to be in gratitude when there's right reasons or good
Yeah.
reasons. And so we look for because, and we probably aren't able to acknowledge the no spaces or the bad spaces that we have concluded. If, just like how Gary says, if you would like to ask anything and you had no reason and justification for asking, how much would you be willing to ask? And
Yeah.
if there was no because, wow, this is really a different space altogether. If there was no because, and how much could we actually be grateful for?
Yeah. Yeah.
That.
And I love what you just said. If there was no because, how much could we actually be grateful for? Yeah.
And so, yeah, that was an interesting conversation we stepped into,
Yeah.
because we thought we knew gratitude when you brought up that topic in the BDD, and there were so many layers to it.
Yeah.
Because there's this person called Earl Nightingale. He says, sometimes there are so many obvious things, but seems like it's the strangest secret in the world. Everybody
Yes.
know it.
Yes.
Gratitude is like a strangest secret in the world. We know it's out there, but I'm not too sure how much we are really willing to have it. So if you were to share, there was a beautiful question that one of our participants asked of, how could I be more in gratitude and not in judgment when there is bad there? How
Yeah.
can I really be in gratitude when there's
Yeah.
there's something bad? And
But
what do
before
you have to
coming
say?
to that, if I'd love to come to that question, but before that, there's something that you said, we know it's out there.
Mm-hmm.
That what you said, it was like, yeah, we know it's out there. We know the energy of gratitude is out there. But how much do we separate from the energy of gratitude? By trying to get it right, by
Wow.
trying to do grateful instead of be gratitude. There's a difference in being grateful and there's a difference in doing grateful. Doing is, oh, I just got to show you how grateful I am, so I'm going to go buy you something, and uh, that's supposed to be a great exchange for the kind deed and the kindness that you were, or oh my God, you saw me and you validated me, and I'm just going to go and just and announce to the world how grateful I am to you and how wonderful you are. And the next minute, when you are not so wonderful to me, I am going to totally
Cut off that
cut you off.
space.
Yeah.
But and that's a space of, is it even gratitude, if we have to look
Yeah.
at the truth
And
of it?
that, yes. And that's what you said, right? Like we know it. And that's what I really want to talk about. Like, what do we know about gratitude?
Wow. Yeah, what do we know about
What do we
gratitude?
know? Like, okay, we know gratitude. Yeah. But do we know gratitude as the undefined energy? Or do we know gratitude that's defined by this reality of validation with a thank you?
Yeah.
Validation plus thank you equals to gratitude in this reality,
Wow. Wow.
right?
That's like how we do contribution from this reality of give and
Yeah,
take. So
yeah.
gratitude is more, not that, guys, not that you shouldn't be giving gifts to people. Please shower people with gifts.
Please do.
Just,
Absolutely.
we're probably
Yeah,
just speaking about the space from
yeah,
which we are being and doing that.
yeah,
So being grateful, what is that like? And
yeah,
if we were to ask the earth about what is gratitude,
yeah.
what would that be like?
That is such a brilliant question because the earth is just so grateful for each one of us on the planet. That for me, truly gratitude is this beautiful energy of allowance, of acknowledgement of what the next person is. And it's also this beautiful energy that melts every problem, that melts the anger, that melts the hate, that melts the guilt. It melts the distractor implants out of our lives. And how many of us find ourselves at the effect of the distractor implants. And when we can instill that one spoonful of gratitude, that one little spoonful, there's a little garnishing on all of it. It starts to melt. It starts to melt the solidity of the anger, of the hate, the reasons and justifications to hate, the reasons and justifications to be angry, which kind of takes you away from the energy of gratitude. And when you are willing to ask to be grateful for the person, even if they're an asshole, and not just when they're right with you, but even to acknowledge the person as being an asshole in your life in that moment and looking at them and saying, wow, I'm still so grateful to you for being in my life. After all, we are all energies, right? We are kind, we are great, we are not so kind sometimes, and then we are also assholes with ourselves, with people around us, and then we also find ourselves cutting ourselves up. But if you're cutting yourself up, is there any gratitude for who you be? And if you
Wow.
don't have gratitude for who you be, can you have gratitude for anything around you?
Wow, that is really such a powerful space. So that's such an invitation of the question that you just asked about, what have we decided we know about gratitude that
Yeah.
it isn't, and what is it actually that we may have concluded it is not. And wow. And even in that BDD conversation that you beautifully were sharing is about the space of receiving gratitude. you know
Yeah.
um, of course, the whole, if you could really shed a little more light on what does that feel like? Because up until now, receiving grateful from being, receiving gratitude from a person
Yeah.
with life in their body is something that we get. And so that conversation really invited me to ask myself if I'm willing to receive the energy of gratitude from the seat I'm sitting on, because I'm not too sure if the seat is grateful for my butt on it. And so if we
Yeah.
were really willing to receive gratitude as much as we probably are willing to gift that energy of gratitude, and what could we create with, if you could speak a little on receiving
Yeah,
gratitude.
absolutely. You know, Sam, in that BDD class, like, when you're talking about it, yes, now I do recollect there was so much of an energy um, of a rejection of gratitude, as a way of showing up in your life, or as a rejection of gratitude. So you don't have to be vulnerable, or as a rejection of gratitude. So I can be on my own and I can prove to you I can survive. You know, we go into rejection of gratitude because we've decided to receive the gratitude. You would also have to be willing to see the greatness of you, which,
Say that
and
again.
it's not even a decision. That is like, I mean, it's like, how many of you have decided to receive gratitude? You would have to acknowledge and see and be vulnerable with the greatness of you.
Wow, so difficult for a humanoid, right?
So difficult for a humanoid. And to see the greatness of you without a judgment of you, because the greatness of you is a difference of you. And most of us are always hiding the difference because we've judged the difference to be wrong. So to
Wow,
truly receive gratitude, are you willing to show up as a difference of you?
that is mind-boggling. Yeah.
Yeah,
So irrespective whether it's inanimate or animate.
absolutely. Whether, like you said, you're sitting on a sofa and you're like, oh, I'm just sitting on the sofa. And like, you're like, cool.
Yeah, I'm
And
grateful for the chair. I'm sure of
yeah,
that.
yeah. Okay, thank God I have a sofa.
Yeah,
Yeah, or a chair. Wow. But what if you can just literally put your hand on the sofa, on your chair that you're sitting on right
I'm
now?
doing it right away.
Yeah. And what if you can just ask, wow,
Wow.
just
Uh,
as we even say that, look at the
yeah.
way it melts into your hand. It's like,
Wow.
we feel we've got our hand on the sofa
Whew.
or on the chair. But hey, do you sense the molecules of the chair pushing up towards your hand, gifting
Yeah.
you even more
Yeah.
just by your acknowledging it?
It's very happy for my butt, Channa.
Yeah, right. Yeah, mine too. My butt is happy too.
Yeah.
Dynamic butt.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
acknowledge the greatness of butts.
Yes, absolutely. And sweetheart, that acknowledgement of a greatness of butt is generally covered up with a validation of how, or an invalidation of the size of the butt.
Yeah.
And wherever this conversation is taking us,
Yeah.
who cares? Even if it becomes a butt conversation,
Receiving your butts.
receiving
Receiving,
your butts.
I swear. It
Yeah,
is it is such an expansive conversation, Channa, because that just snippet really got me asking so many questions
yeah,
about gratitude. Because even when you write the gratitude journal, you want to actually include the for. Now this is such an invitation for being and receiving gratitude beyond form and structure, because we are often trying to do it from the five senses,
yes.
and we sometimes do our best in perceiving gratitude. But I wonder if we didn't hold like everything that is showing, how much of no judgment do you have to be in to really be in gratitude?
Yeah.
How much of
Being
allowance?
gratitude, yes, honey, that. And being gratitude is a lot of you being in communion with nature. Because, when you step into the energy of being gratitude, you're actually being in oneness, in communion with nature, with the earth, because that is the energy of the earth. That is the nature. That is the energy of what nature be. just gratitude. It's like a tree standing in the middle of a garden or in the middle of a park, and it's snowing, doesn't go into, oh my god, I hate the weather. Or when its leaves are falling off, it doesn't go into, oh my lord, I'm going to be leafless. It's more like, wow, I'm just so grateful. I'm still standing tall. I'm not giving up my greatness. I'm still standing tall, whether it's snowing, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, whether my leaves are falling off, whether I'm still standing tall. And that standing tall is the greatness of you, where you don't have to contract yourself into an energy to be less than who you be. And that comes from the space of instilling gratitude. So the gratitude is truly the melting energy, the melty energy, like
Yeah,
they've
that
been
is
speaking
true.
about. Yeah. I
I
mean, look at,
mean, there's so much of, there's no fight. Like when
yeah,
you're really sharing this energy of gratitude, it is surely a melting energy.
yeah.
And should we start, choosing to add that more into our lives in every 10 second of the living that we're choosing, I wonder how much we could really acknowledge, allow, and have
Absolutely.
space
Yeah.
for ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah. And when it's little things like, when you're facilitating a class and somebody comes to you after class and says, hey, that class changed my life, and I just want to thank you. And they come with this energy of, their world is just so expanded and they want to share that with you. And you, from the space of, I want to empower you. And you're like, oh, it was your choice. That had nothing to do with me. You
Yeah.
see, that rejection of gratitude in that moment is, in the name of empowering them, you actually take away from
You
them.
from the equation.
Yeah. And you take you and them away from the equation. True empowerment would be to receive their gratitude, and
And that
then
would
to
require.
also, that would require you to see the greatness of you to be
Yes.
the vulnerability of the greatness of
Yes.
you, and
Yes.
to receive it and say, wow, okay, that's some potency there. Okay, I receive that. I acknowledge that. And I see the beauty in you. And thank you for your choice. Now, that is you receiving gratitude and being the gift. Instead of, it's like, it's not a one way, guys. It's not a one way. You really got to receive that. And, the more and more you practice receiving gratitude, like, we've been talking about um, being gratitude, and we take out a journal and we write 5 things every day, or
Yeah.
that's a beautiful start. That's a phenomenal start. But what if we can also start to receive the gratitude? And that's really what we're looking with this 31 days, Sam. I'm really looking at, because for me too, it's really going to be an exploration of the
Me
energy
too.
of gratitude.
Just as
Yeah,
soon as that conversation, it is
yeah,
opened up so much about, because I thought I knew what gratitude is. Gary
yeah,
says it's the magic potion for your creations. Like, yeah, Gary, I
yeah,
got this.
yeah,
And yet it is one of the strangest secret.
yes,
Mostly, I don't think we've just touched a very superficial layer of, I'm grateful for
yeah,
this.
yeah,
But this word of receiving gratitude just started, it's like downloads of questions, and I'm asking every moment of, I'm like, okay, wow, am I doing gratefulness? And when I'm actually receiving gratitude, what is it actually asking me to? Because I had to put my barriers down.
yes, yes,
When someone is actually appreciative of an action of mine, I like, instead of dismissal of it, I had to just stay there and receive it. And that
yeah.
that
Being
was
present, being present
yeah.
with the energy of gratitude for some people is very overwhelming.
And I really want to bring this up because we've spoken about this with respect to kindness, I guess.
Yeah,
I mean, in this reality, we've shut off receiving because we think there's a secret agenda why a person will be grateful for you,
that,
when a
yeah.
person showers kindness to you, you're like, hey, what is
What do you
that you,
want?
yeah, what do you
Yeah,
want? You better tell me that. And so, receiving gratitude is going to ask you to outcreate that space, and that
yes,
is going to require
yeah.
you to choose consciousness
And
and be willing to receive it. It's a very tricky space. I think we've been so conditioned to always think that, kindness offered to us is coming with a secret agenda. I don't think we ever truly receive kindness from
Yeah.
anybody.
And we've been taught, we've been constantly, it's been instilled into us to doubt kindness, because that's something that people don't be without a reason, and
Absolutely.
and that is where you want to look at gratitude as being the antidote to doubt. The
That's a
antidote.
mic drop. Spoonful of gratitude, guys. That's all.
Yeah, just a spoonful of gratitude is the antidote to doubt, where you can actually receive and trust kindness. You can receive and trust you being kind. How many people turn around and say, "Oh, I can't be kind because I fear I'll be taken for granted." So they've already decided that they've got, or I can just be that much and not more than that. We're almost measuring our kindness. We're almost measuring the gratitude of how much is right.
Can I just add
Yeah.
something to that?
Yes,
When you
please.
beautifully say that, gratitude is an antidote to doubt, is a distractor implant,
Yeah.
it is so powerful because, when you're receiving gratitude or kindness, it demands that you choose consciousness even in that space and
Yes.
not be in judgment.
Yes.
So yes, people can be kind and grateful to you with agendas, and when you're choosing consciousness, you got to be willing to know that they are being that space from a secret agenda, but it's also inviting me to a space of how much I got to trust myself.
That.
Because if I have to receive everything from a space
Yeah.
of consciousness, then I have to trust that I can have all that information, not making it wrong,
Yeah.
and trust myself to know that I have a choice with it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. Wow. Wow. And that. Wow. Yeah. And gratitude being one of the five elements of intimacy, with trust thrown in there, is an honoring of you,
Ooh.
is you being the vulnerability of you. Because if you're willing to receive the gratitude, there's a level of vulnerability that's required. There's this space of vulnerability, that, and people generally think vulnerability means just my what
Weak.
showing up and my
Yeah.
weakness showing up, but it's actually your greatness showing up.
Wow. I'm melting
So
with that
yeah, and
space. Wow.
truly, and I really wonder, Sam, where all can we go with this energy of gratitude, of not just, and we are also going to be taking out our diaries and writing what we're grateful for, because
Yes,
that
we are
does,
going to do the
yeah,
reason and
yeah,
justification.
absolutely. And I also get that does create, that's a great way to start. I also get
Beautiful.
that,
Yeah.
yeah.
Got to
It's also a
acknowledge
way,
it.
oh yeah, it's also a way of being present with gratitude, but also with that, what are we willing, what could this get us to be willing to look at that we haven't yet looked at?
True.
If we instill gratitude for that, for the dark side of us, for the wrongness of us, if
Good,
we
bad, ugly.
instill, yeah, if we instill the gratitude for that, what antidote to judgments could that be? What antidote to the wrongness of who we be could that be?
Yeah. How much no form, no structure, and
Yeah, yeah,
we could really be introducing to the whole space.
absolutely. And how undefined can that energy be,
Yeah,
right?
it is going to be
Right?
undefined.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't think we have explored that space of undefined.
yeah.
When you just are perceiving the energy and being the energy of gratitude, and you have no reason and justification for that.
Yes.
Sometimes you just sit in a park and there's a leaf falling on you, and you're like, wow, thank you. I just
Yeah.
receive, like, the tree is actually thanking you for receiving the shade it's offering, or the fruit that is offered.
How beautiful is that? Yes.
And so, guys, spoonful of gratitude. It's gonna be a 30-day adventure as of now.
31, 31.
Yeah, 31 days of adventure. We are gonna have a private Facebook group for the gratitude pulls and everything to do with gratitude.
Yeah.
And we would be having Zoom calls every week. So, probably
Which
we'll
are
have a
also
more.
going to, yeah, which will also include the pulls again. Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
we don't have a plan as always, but
Yes.
we trust to go with the flow, just like
Yeah.
we did with this call. We trust consciousness has our back with sharing more about gratitude. So if you guys feel drawn to join the movement. I think we've gotten into a style, Channa. So thanks to you.
Right? I
think
love
we're
it.
creating revolution with just
love that.
3 months of money, and then
Yeah.
let's do a 1 month of
Yeah.
movement. So
Yeah.
feel free to ping me or Channa, and we'd be happy to walk you through about what all this is going to be, how we're going to do it, price, and all the other details. So and if you have any more questions, please do ping it in the live. I'm unfortunately not able to see any comments. We will definitely take that on the calls that you might be joining and hopping on. And so I'd like to probably watch this live again, because it had so many golden nuggets, and I have more questions for you, Channa.
Yes, go for it, honey.
So I will definitely be asking that in the 31 days. Now I feel like just leaving this with a beautiful invitation, guys. Gratitude is the strangest secret. It is not a secret, but yet we have not yet explored it as much as we think we have.
That's interesting. Actually, I wonder when we made gratitude secret, because gratitude is one of the elementals too.
True.
Right? Yeah.
True. It is one of the. It is right out there and open, and yet how much are we choosing to be in communion, and how much are we willing to know what gratitude is for you? Like, if I were being gratitude, what would that look like, be like? So let's step into an exploration of what gratitude is to you, and we'd love to have you on board. Feel free to connect with either me or Channa. I'm excited for that.
So super grateful for everybody who hopped on, and once again, sorry we can't see you
at all. I'm grateful.
Still very grateful, sweethearts, and grateful, Sam. Grateful for this beautiful conversation of possibilities here. This conversation of gratitude, and it's such a beautiful energy that we truly allow ourselves into it a little bit more. We could start to melt all the solidification,
absolutely,
all the limitations, and we could actually start to embrace the elementals.
Wow. It truly is melting. Even as you speak, it is truly melting.
Absolutely. So, even if you don't join us, or if you join us, guys, listen to this call again.
Yes.
Yeah.
You must listen to it.
Yeah.
And be grateful for it.
Yeah. And
okay, you don't have to.
Yeah. And probably just ask for that energy of gratitude. And what is it for you?
Yeah.
I love asking that question, Sam. You know that. I love asking, what is gratitude for me?
Yep, absolutely.
What would it look like if I could receive gratitude?
Yep.
What would it look like if I could be the gratitude?
Wow.
And just leave those questions without looking for answers, but just leaving it there.
Yeah, I've been doing that. I'm really exploring what receiving gratitude is like, because it's always been easy for me to be thankful to things and people around me, but I don't think I've been that open with the whole receiving gratitude. I'm like, okay, I did something cool. Yeah, cool. That was cool. Fine.
Yeah.
And just the invitation of where you asked us to be present with the greatness of us, to truly receive and be vulnerable, is going to be quite an exploration. And I wonder what questions you will have, guys. Just the two of us brainstorming here. Not using our brain, but still storming. And being thankful for our butts, and the chair being thankful for our butts.
We went all over, didn't we?
So we're excited, because I wonder what we can create with your energy on board as well. And I wonder how much of contribution this conversation will be for Earth and consciousness. So get in touch. Get in touch.
I love you. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you, everybody. So super grateful. Bye.